Islamic microfinance is becoming an increasingly popular mechanism for poverty alleviation, especially for developing countries around the world. This microfinance service adheres to the principles of Islam as a form of social responsibility. Yona Islamic Microfinance is the Islamic microfinance of choice in the Gambia, trustworthy and reliable. At Yona Islamic Microfinance, we provide savings products, current accounts, financing products in conformity with Islam. In addition, Yona Islamic Microfinance also offers local and international remittances, takaful fund, management of zakat, management of awqaf, trading and investment, and building of strategic partnerships to bring financial services to the doorstep of the poor with donor projects, madrasas, youth organizations, women groups, and farmer organizations. Make a choice with Yona Islamic Microfinance today. For more information on Yona Islamic Microfinance, call 377-2151 or 9832-151 or visit Yona head office at Tipa Garage, Bakote, or visit any Yona branch located countrywide near you.
Are you thinking of owning your dream homes? EJ Investment is here for you. Secure our quality bungalows with 2, 3, or 4 bedrooms, or our story buildings 3 or 4 to 5 bedrooms at very affordable prices with flexible payment plans at our Sanyang Seaview Estate, where you can enjoy the cool breeze with modern infrastructure such as tar roads, covered drainage system, modern electrification with street lights, gated entrance with security posts, and social amenities such as gas station, shopping mall, medical clinic, park, schools, children daycare, and a lot more. Our dedicated team of professionals will keep the estate clean at all times, provide security and patrol team within the estate premises, install latest technologies such as CCTV, Wi-Fi, home network installation, solar panel, and power backup system. Also, check out for our additional home facilities and interior design service such as premium tiling, wall plaster, home landscape, fingerprint home lock, and a lot more. Visit our office at Senegambia Kololi Highway and get a free site visit tour, or contact us on 4464838. WhatsApp us on 3259220. Or you can visit our Facebook page or Instagram on EJ Investments. EJ Investments, we are first in properties.
Sumanu baro baro unjurunko ikonga faleko namu badabanda ila blazola la nye gambia beno ambia sola enda na sola enterprise sola nimbati kendo kurao de dasala aboro sinenamo kaji sena odila ambia sola enda na sola enda na sola enterprise. Ah, jaliwo sola kende soto yeah. Jali man fofena o sola kende soto. Sola enterprise na enterprise sumanu baro baro unjurunko.
Hello! There's a new update from your favorite GSM operator, Africell.
For all of you that have struggled to buy cash power beyond $7,000, Africell has done it again. The limit to buy cash power is now up to $30,000. Oh yes, $30,000.
Buy all the cash power you want from your AfriMoney account by dialing *777#.
Where Africell goes, nobody dares to follow.
It's an amazing offer. Africell mobile money just got way better. The threshold for cash in and cash out on your AfriMoney has been increased.
Where it used to be 10,000 per transaction, now it has been increased to 30,000. Meaning your AfriMoney account, you can now withdraw and deposit up to $30,000 at once.
Cashing in and out just got 3 times easier. For more info, call 777.
Where Africell goes, nobody dares to follow.
Mbenda nyinale ko sanyi saboko nyanta constitutional review nyanta kilam nyanta constitutional change sanyi saboko what mo ngana tano election.
Let us not be labor too much time on those letters because I know they have relevance.
UDP is just calling on President Adamamoro to respect the agreement that saw him to power and also to fulfill the promise that he had made to the Gambian people.
If you want to meet the target, we lost 22 years. We have to work 22 times more than when we are working to get to where.
It is false to say that this country cannot develop a budget that will sufficiently cater for the health needs of our people.
Me and you know that Baro cannot move this country forward.
Assalamu alaikum bari ngali konton kale bismillah ko ke mobe Kerr Fatou jibe ka jitembe la Politic Kaacha mutanale ne min kanale talata ne talanale tambita me tan sabara karafo talalulu kan karafo montro wati kileng ngamola ke dani letola ngal tetukal jeba ki alka Kerr Fatou no ma nyameng talata kana programme be no ma nyameng Politic Kaacha dum ka politician le nati mi alon ko ni ka Kaacha politiko kola Gambia banko kanjang bari nga official tenduki jay baake kanyum programme fasa ka sembenti andi ke blodo nyum of course am programme o koron official number 7 in number 2 lem best Gambia banko kanjang kam dale ko be Gambia timo de ma kan defana mi alon ko walle bita kan Cameroon pro kara African Cup of Nations o play al tentenka 1010 commandi al sifen jama gagné no ise terreno wulitan lula ise terreno min shata woti fan bayren kodi jama balle bije nale 1010 commandi oto nga officiel tenduke jay baake kanyum programme o fasa ka sembentu yandi nte buba gajiro ka dialla bidum ning luntando fanang natale me alon ko atoman nukun politiko ko to Gambia banko kanjang of course aka PDOIS support bakele min keta Kexx Sanneh di jamal ka kumandi Kexx Sanneh parendira watanum bage pour kana bara kam dale ko bile a dankenata wala bile ala akiti pray futa Kexx be life lon Kerr Fatou
baraka ba kem be konton nan be la moy lal be konton nan jiber lal be ka hako bo ndi tadde ma ke dan karola because ntama tale mantanu jandara sanwo dole bayndi na da nan kool be de tunde bari bari ni mo fenner me alon konta bayla no fonsinano ko mbado ngam borna ngana an kontanta baga pour kasne la programme auto.
All right, to start with Kexx, what went wrong during this presidential election? Of course, system change al campaign da kombo jang kana fo santala satel to bari ngajele ko halifa mam win koteke you know PDOIS meta Gambia banko kan janne ni momo nyinen ka PDOIS like mi fo wala mindi ko to nyaabe bulle isi banko sambanole but ebuka carte of PDOIS what went wrong for this time?
Baraga bake la nyinen karo nyinyara bake ka fo reko della karola da femman wrong ni nata election la karola me alon ko len a patiola nyanto di anyanda kamenke banko dingole ngamera ngo kele ndunga Gambia yale kabirin katon fo koyna mandat la do me alon ko ay sosoro ke ni tata na programme la karola ni na police sol la karola men sin Gambia bondino ka samba nyato wa ni mol nate kato fay wo ngamo nyinen karo nyanda ka mur kato fay la monat ne man kato fay because yemo mo nyinen kanyum banko kan koy fan ya fo nyame ne momo nyinen ka fo do mo to nya moleti isinyum banko samba no le ndu la lidal nying integrity soto ndu ya halondo soto pour kanyum banko samba nyato so to nin kato fay o kera mole kato fay madi do la mamira mo nyanda ka do nyinen ka wala because do fana e sartol le soto mela lon ko nyanta ka wolle ko membetel nin carte fay la tema wodo nin do dara fo la sartol timmandi wala nyinte ka programme on na men sila fuare ya bayno sila kole ya bayno nin ka banko samba nyato a banko dingol tate carte fay ya diate nyamen na wo ngamen nyinen ka robe murla banko dingol le pour que nyinen ka munan na le carte fay alma fay doye
well nyinen ka robe datol fra ya le Kexx because ne ajibe there are other political parties me alon ko you know yela agendal wafe la tol fana ya wafe but mon man carte fay ale wala nan ko muniketa
ha wala nyinde because ni nata jibe nka programme ol me wafe mol man te mam mojo up to now ni tata funding ke ol la karolan sita jana nga yanda ko funding ke ol me yalan ko ka bonana karamundo system o ko system le mental la renje me yalan ko asila fuare ya bayno asila do ko soto bali ya bayno on employment o me benyim banko kanja ndel ko nen do man sakundala sita ni tata fo jita grade 12 be do ko créer le ka fo me national service me yalan ko be dunna banko la do ko la to tele ba choose le lafta kata area men na baro be kala national service le me yalan ko be provided by every citizen of this country for technical knowledge lesson about fodung academical knowledge lesson but be sambala what we call national service from that national service be train na the area de lafta damentola pour to prepare yourself for the job market in the future and ni te ara yo sanje fulo bay tele ba choose le la fakata dame Biden government be institutional lola mel yala ko de wol e be dunna je pour ñu on employment rate men bi jan dum mam funding ke ñu banko kam me yala ko hani o programme mo mbete ate kenola ni tata senola la karola nga yandande ko senelal be ñu banko kam fo sanje talulu nem febe senola ñu banko kam la sene fe on na me na fa non ko ni do e man sakunda nada tel ba mek sola ko sene fe o senelal na fa ko mbok la nyaadi lam ko ni nada na ba mek sola ko senelal ka sula fe o fe na jamman sakunda ka fa me ko e cooperative bank be lola me yala ko Sénégal sulata fen o fen na Sénégal doku la mbo mutala mbadi la Sénégal la pour isi doku ka nyanta ka ke nyame bante danna oto man sakunda fana be dula lola mele alon ko lebe wala Sénégal joran sanna ke muta mele alon ko si tonno ye keno finish product mele alon ko si kino bantala banko la melka muta ko tiyo isa keno tiya tulot isa keno safunot isa keno hanala fato isa keno play wudol ko be factory make sola dal e ka fo me sovereign national wealth ni ngalo ka factory muta wala ka investol na private public partnership pour ko factory lo isa Sénégal la baga sol be sanna dala mi alon ko fon be content because si balon ko ni nga seno ke rek marché o be lori njelen sa wa fino damento ni tada mel kan na menton do ko nyi gadinol ndele menji ja wala nyinte rek e ka mole je like ni tada kafuta biti lola mo na tada kay kene ba ka tan sare kay na musul muta employee aka do ko ka ke jo tilola maybe $150-$100 ake jo wala je o mari ka millions dada aka na menton ta ja ke samba tuba do ki dada into finished product ke mo ndina mol kan ke sa en men ko wol mu fen ndum man senela je mi alon ko programme o nyi atake no la nyi Gambia banko kanja ni dara all the sectors nga yandani ko every hospital every community in this country mbasola kamol karani melan ko they will take care of ikafome primary health but we will move from primary health to secondary health from secondary health to tertiary health ka make sure that ko jata kenda ya sabati nyim banko ka momola kura moment ni dara village solda melan ko ma wara bake what we call health center sol betara je melan ko me mol karandi la nyin men kanyin tingol kenen timmutol ken mero letende mbe karandi la de dana timmuto da mala ka sukurol test ka diabetes nyol test mbe satol fanan be study kala commission be lola memba examiner nyin sato to mun kuran jamale sifale ka finti jambake e bajle be mol train na that area la pour ka primary health dealer lan for ka for me first aid attendance ani boda wodo nata wolta jarano then you will go to a regional health center me alon ko at least be leptano la me alon ko be fenkele baja nyin reference men ka ke banjun kanana and it become congested wol be talala nyim banko kanja mo yanta ne mol landum mam moje me alon ko programme ota so ni molta de cadre of fight in other way around it will be difficult for people to point their fingers at doy ka yanta ko doy because more than banko ka me alon ko has questioned those programs and policies but mbemem fole for 54 years mo Gambia banko na man cadre of fight because of programs na jawra tarajana jawra wosia fo atara fa aboda jan kate keso na ma wulinde nyim banko kan jam fo kudeta le abonde nyim banko ka ya jame nata na jane for 22 years kate fayol kate fa keso na ma wulinde no fo kabrin kafuta nyoka akamunda ko nata kuale so man kafu nyoka ngol bela kate keso mutangi kafu nyoka tombi ya jame te bole so kamundo 7 political parties so le ka men soto wala kafuta nyoka ya jame defeat bodi kaje ya jame tara for 200,000 plus voters ka men soto kamunda wodo Gambian ol meba ya jame so that shows you that Gambians are not voting based on programs and policies so wala atina doy it will be difficult for kanana so but wonte doy la question because ntel lata ko patiola do ko moment wala nyinde ke la programme ol mutaki landi banko dingol nyaato du moti je mialango ni a question non tombi mbafla ko den ma problem so we have to go back and look at our programs and policy but mota nyim banko kanja and nintara any platform to we had a debate with Dr. Sumaila Sisenyol Jankata for Esa Falnyo but nobody questioned that ko do em for it's not possible so wodo ni moli affaire tel ba jila ko Gambian lela constitutional right
well these are very beautiful programs so is it that program ol nyatale but mol kamen fofana doyni mol buka integrate alne mol buka nyame anal tara campaign yola al kalod la kiline ali alla campaign ka aleta Gambianol sulata min na wolem alni nyami ya lon jumalem nyelti jamera nyimal afeki anyway kabring doy lota anim bitema miatina albuka gagné
yeah mol ko fole no but a woman ke fenti mayon ko this present days abekeka nunto at the initial stage of the party they take it upon themselves ka yantandi ko ni tate jiata modolia senela me alon ka man fen soto wala alkale ka dunu bale la kunto ani futa je kajala kata be ni sol fale abita bala sadio mudala just to make so ka foko ngalunta on le soto nyin sate ko no je kana ojo mare nyin ala soto bulo fa ma ko ben so do nata ka modi la initial starting nyin e ka informational pass rek ni nata neta alkalo ay dun dun sate ko ne sara alkalo la kombe meeting soto le sate ko rek eta banta bado CJ la meeting ko rek den they move on ini la joran kada nyola but kabrin tara we move on those things are not things melan ko there but at the initial stage e gambela poverty level le jibe ajibe politician are exploiting these poor people ole kata ka jamelia because kane dundi kule to melan ko mano wala sate moli e bulol kafu nyoma ke la fengolta kamuta ka make sure that ko yetel sponsor ndo magnya naka ka politician ola do kode so atina e ka kasetol dada ka samba banta balto ke pileje pour mol sikana ye faham ya lo minem politico de but at this latter plane tel ni mol kamin kadanka jia kodral kono ka make sure that we go with all our needs so ngada ngadi la nganda before mbida fang maybe na regional coordinator kabing politico tara fa expanda and it was a requirement for every region mol si a fonkol so je ka fo meko birol ni fonkol kan na birol executive for use ka kodol kiye pour preparation ok en koma na domorol ni na la adulal be kala nyamen so ni mol ka integrate len ni mol ka sinka kacha ni mol ka kala sa to dol fang to ngalon ko o mo fenade me alon ko mol ka fo le rek just has kuma kensan wala na bantel buga muta fende bor ngalon ko antel ni mol ka integrer dum motije me alon ko safono ko do ya fansi ya hada madu ngamera del la politician leader lol melan ko de live just like a normal gambian ol ka live nyame nyim banko kanje ye fanji andung ye famuta ko tel mo hada madu damay manke mansati me alon ko ebe mol santo la nyanda ke muta ke wose
Jamal Khalifa Fana accuses a dictator within the party, is that true?
Anko mwele bake from bara kante jakali bake because ntebe doile and I think now idea has been ning Khalifa found. Sometimes I will say this now abenyum fola nga fa ko no nte amera nga kete and sometimes he agree to my idea and sometimes I agree to his idea and so far nana majije because Khalifa is a person me alonko and nana ma fallon de doile palaso every time every 5 years luwa men fo wala nyintin kata congress lela and when they go for congress party dingol le ka decide who will be there secretary general who will be there chairperson who will be the chairperson of the youth bureau. All these are branches of the party. So if it is a dictator, about no election tekela, by force, and we will not go for election, but we go through a democratic process. And all those previous years, so like mel budget and the more like amuteka odlado and what you know, he didn't become CDL kakena flag bearer at Halifa because this is the first time on the Doi ticket. This 2021 Halifa Belola has a presidential candidate for Doi. Niafo Dole Kafada Malbeje, but Halifa has never contested on the Doi ticket. This is the first time. Nada that was a coalition of NRP and other people, but this is the first time. So in dictator he would have said that by force until a leader, but that has not. So Nkaje Kolmu Kumole Melalongo, I feel in the Kumole world and we respect their opinion, we don't argue with their opinions.
Ngana carte fayoto min tambire the presidential election. Atole mune observe ni carte fayoto.
Yeah, there are so many factors melalonko contributor to the election until katanga analysis ngaje ko people will tada fo yaje ko they have this mindset ko this election o men kana na be party fulal le tema wala UDP dia ni NRP NPP
okay
so ni kato of other political parties wala reka be kala kate ke sektinyale de so people decided pour que la kato of ndunde mamero mo politico de because ni de ko ante ni nga fay do yete winna o ni nga fay other political party yete winna do fana ya fo fatara fo 200,000 wala 300,000 automatically alko mente winna o te winna no alko membe winna wala be winna because albe ya decide ka fay wole but ni de believe ta ko ni nga fay do ya be winna do fana believe ta nga muto nyama because it's the number that counts so ba ni te amuto nyama rek so okay the factor to me alonko people ya mira competition o be nyum fulu lete ma so they decided pour kata ka kato fa but next one of fana bije me alonko akata a fear factor de ni tara UDP la karola people went up and standard ko ela militano dol bije ka BF nyamen ay fear factor nan econo anen fana mole kumodol muta meli alonko ya foema foeson nan foema ke son ti kayanda ndila ko mu patiol de melanko si kilim patiol me alonko nte mbakala fika fanka bula ko because I have seen the executive of UDP melanko it has been mixed with so many divergent fonko tribal groups so nte manke fenti melanko believe that but these are the things melanko ka fo ko do fa wala karola mol bije kan le kan kayanda ndila ko they are socialist dol ba fala ko yemandin kol bayle all those things are things melanko mol ko fo patiola karo so all fana factor there are other sectors melanko believe ta wala and they decided not to vote based on those lines they decided to go and vote for Adama Barrow but more final sort of melanko they are do members wala other political party members ya jibe ko Adama Barrow at least tenkon sort of the banko kan kodol bije so it will continue wala that's okay with them. They decided either they are doy ko be cut off Adam because we have seen in the social media ndenya mol jemel ko they were doy and they started the shift allegiance to Adam Barrow but ngamol fanal jemel ko they were doy but because they believe that UDP will win and they start to shift allegiance to UDP. So these were factors melanko they have contributed to this presidential argument. People didn't vote on political parties. Melanko will eradicate their sufferance. Melanko bela fuariani la koleal bela nyimbankoka. But people vote based on the numbers that they are seeing or the crowd that they were seeing. They feel like okay, these people pull the more crowd and ningana cut off this other sector. They will not end up winning. Then mina bekara kateke setinyalede. One day womu fende melanko anata ntelebekela mo kilende. But if I believe that konyum party lebe siloka walanteka lafta Gambia ta nyami nyum party lebe ka hanin killing afai wala fishara purunka anka fai inka crowd le follow. So these are factors melanko akeda. Fear of other political parties contributed to the turnout ngaje Adama Barrow la Karola and incumbency fana contribute to the factor of election and kafo mole fanko if we have to go for a democracy ngamela saying we have to imitate other countries sul melalonko a democracy fenke kan incumbency ngame we should make a halt or la limitation or nada when it comes to election. Other countries has even moved to other terrain melalonko 6 months before the election the president will resign and the speaker of the National Assembly will take over. Sajako there will be a level political ground. There will be no incumbency. Beta banko nyene. He will not use the state resources, state la vehicles or any other things. So campaign have more advantage against the opposition political parties. So you know, I think Gambia should move onto that terrain so that we'll have a level political because there is no level of political field.
All right. So ni RGB FM for about this political parties being violent. Ni UDP ni NPP jibe ila mol kanyo accuse la UDP ba vola NPP la mol they are violent, you know. But NPP also will say the same thing. It'll observation auto. These political party jumal la mol violent may affect in this election.
Yeah, actually these two factors near BGB they have been in WhatsApp groups audio dol muta nteka mirako it doesn't even have in our political discourse on amanyanaka futaje all both political parties but ikaje ko both have radical people melalanko there in the party melanko they go with radical approach. They can attack people to the level of kumol fan fabricate against you and whatever fakra fiat but dolfanal bije melanko they use the tribal lines both areas sol kay and ko they want pour mole nyaw UDP la wala UDP pour fanaka use kay and ko pour mole nyaw NPP la kay and la ko nyil mo fulol ni wala sara kulol le il fana kay and ko this is a mandinkas parties but ni nata ko ba evaluate maybe I didn't do any study regarding two of them melanko it has affect them but ngalon ko both political parties I affect in one way or the other the utterance of some of their militants melanko they are using either WhatsApp groups so level and in Dular because we went up to an extent that UDP was accused or they were leveled that ko WhatsApp group or create me along ko kakenendiro dam maltije ka fodole sansandim bolomba and other things so ntafon mona na dundaje akoya dundije la na mari botana ya prunga bondi wada ko ba nenkan wada ma fam bondi noje and I try all level ma bondi noje for nata ni modo le bole melanko is an expert in this area wala nata ka exit je so all kedal melanko fa bari kada fana MPP fana WhatsApp group o de yaje ko ye mol muta ye accused of things so like if muta finding it should not be in our politics. So it has affected Melialanko Silata because of that odious Melkabona UDP camp walls they distance themselves and they start to fight against UDP. Whereas Melfanalanga Kabona MPP la Carol they feel threatened and they start to fight against NPP in any means Melanko Sakeno. So both parties it have affected them, but examine to evaluate more my Jumala damage back. I have not done any study into that area to know, but Ngalana both parties it have affected them.
Jamal Fananko Gambians voted against UDP. If you call the same belief, it is why?
Yeah, fear factor sort of the jele mealonko because there I have Doi militant also to the melalonko. They are part and parcel of Doi. They call me Kantanako, we are apologizing, but this time around we are not gonna vote for Doi because we fear a UDP government. And based on those things, until we will go and safeguard number one na CEO and in badingolu and in even doltara for the extended kind and the because they have this fear factor that many of UDP members will they were in the diaspora has started parking to come to the Gambia and they were using this purka more convinced ka antandile ne katrew de nyilla at the end of the day you will even lose your job because all these people they must be employed. And they give examples of when Dabo was appointed as the foreign affairs, how the foreign affairs was constituted. They have used all these things, but there are tactics melanko mulke use in politics. Whether it is the reality, it's things melanko ma investigate. But you more than you use to make sure that people go against UDP because of the fear of they are very violent party. Mole muta ye label wala doltara up to an extent that they are very aggressive. Ni natanam fana they are the only party melanko during the registration they were going to pointing fingers at Gambians and because they were not Gambians, they should not obtain our voters card. So those are examples that if a UDP government come, this will be the manner and the way they will be. So these were things melanko people use against them. So whether they have succeeded in terms of that turnout into the vote needs a study. Melanko one has to go again. You look at the studies. Why the Funko Menkera known there was this study that was done by this Sepas that they have done. One could have gone again after the election to know what was the trend election occurring. Why did UDP the crowd that they pull out did not turn out to be the vote, whether it is these things that they were labeled with fall and the factors study about ninkomba for it's going to be an opinion because I didn't have any material evidence. But I know that some of these things have worked against them. People have created WhatsApp. You can tell you soninke kafodo so the kafome do soninke group. Well, they said that the utterance that was made in Basse regarding Daboka Sarakulul and Tandila, for that being the case, they are ready to defend their tribe, and they were totally out not to vote for Doi, but to make sure that all their family members vote for Adama Barrow.
And they were supporting
So all these things were factors Melanco have been contributing.
So let's come electoral quarter. Let's come to relationship with UDP, because we see social media most of the time in Gail Ngajele attack, but most of the time in Kanyo Sabale. Relationship with UD United Democratic Party.
Yeah, I'm all the malore. When it comes to social media, in terms of battle of ideas, we can go every length. But the moment I close my Facebook or any other platform, we can interact. We disagree based on our programs and policies. Well, and they believe that our idea, well about the idea, but I don't think Mbuga Femuta personal. I see other people, they go personal, in regards to they went up to an extent. The content in Kexx, you hate UDP. I could remember Sister Dole Vijay, who is a very good friend and also by the name Nyima. Akonya kona grandmom ako UDP hate le na eje platform or ila ko academy back elefang. All the time I could kai ko Canada, kai ko mbelungo trial ngana ya. But when I went ngamit na sita aje ko nkamemo social media and in the person who this man meronada so ikajele ko sometimes misconception le mole ka mol mudeke level just presently pata fele he get inside here you see nimpata we disagree so much on social media but kabadu ndaja we greet each other and it's normal nkawulin kataya and we communicate naka menke duma from people don't know but we interact too much and so many of them are my friends UDP bepare if you look at Amadou Sane is my uncle me ko say UDP member mate executive member mate Kemesan Jamme me so people didn't know how close Ante am with UDP. Not that is dead UDP. So I have
your father supports UDP.
Dead UDP le manke demanding found and all my uncles Lamin Damfa me uncle he's a key sponsor of UDP. Is my dead at the barman in the farmer at the barman in the farmer will but bakele fakele. But that's you saw the relationship and Lamin we sit down and discuss. And
but do you have anything me along I change? These are all you have friends.
Yeah. Sometimes Ikakultale has so much personal. They attack you center and funko things me along. They should understand that politics. You cannot agree with everybody all the time. First disagree because man believe the same policies and the same program. We all belong to different political party. But now can let nobody takes it personal. This is a battle of ideas, and you cannot force me to buy into your idea. Everybody have a choice. Hani Dino found on Bayman's on the Islam Dino. But that doesn't mean that we have to go against the Christians to make sure that they come back to our religion. Or the Christian has to go by force and force the Muslims. So that tolerance will lack to some of their supporters and they go personal. The moment they see they can even go and dig into things just to tarnish your image. And I think that those things are not necessary in terms of politics. Because just to tarnish their image in terms of politics. Not only UDP but even other political parties. No, they might be a political jalta wala pour nka futa but nka political muda so personal and I don't I know that ko nika disagree, but when I meet with them sometimes we just laugh and move
if
on.
there is anything me I don't get Buffalo UDP you want them to change this in their politics
well I need to let them be tolerant and then they cannot it more be sotolano into their camp. They must have people melanko they will criticize them, but they must accept those criticism kumole fota melanko leaders will moja wala mola jan so can tell people say so many things, but you never see me on social media to go personal with people. I will put it there, you disagree with what I post, I will dare to defend it. What I post is something right and I can agree with you based on that, but I have never gone personal with anybody, and I will want them to understand, let them separate personal life and politics together. Let them stop at politics. In politics, not less all politics. To defend your party, do it at any cost. But when it comes to personal issues, let them not bring it into politics. Let them know that this is somebody's personal life, and it's his personal life. And it's our advice no underground. And we have to be proud of our own citizens. And nobody's failure more can celebrate in this country because of somebody had made a mistake in life or something. You want to celebrate that, Kamuta ka kitisa ka use it against him. I think every citizen should be proud of your fellow citizens. Do not filter down that. You should try to lift him up, bring into the society, because together we build a nation that all of us can be proud of. But Nikera multi melanko, you are part of people melanko. But bring that people commit suicide of such things because malo emano. So certain things will be correct. They even commit suicide. At the end of the day, Mokinol Kanamuru and start writing rest in peace. He was a very good friend of mine. So these are things melanko. I will appeal to them that let them not take politics personally. Yalanko is a battle of idea and Nishila aggressive nature. It's a talano and deal with Gambians has this is my fellow Gambian. I disagree. I will agree.
So Janembe Duna Kudoro, lafta nga election ko do you think at all PDIS nga mama kandena la GDC jijana and UDP ko election ko manta ku at all fee for everything in this election atata kule PDIS?
Yeah, actually for now still now abefekere fenne de melanko is still pending to investigation for maybe because code will be at the initial stage you believe that everything is right, but as things goes on revelation on confession molka findika confess and the contain yineke wala na nyinketa, but as for now menketa so far wala nga menje they'll believe that the election was free and fair because all the requirements will melalonko wala IEC nyantaka wala ke prior to the election because election doesn't only stops at the election day but election is a process, and so far the process from the registration of political parties have gone through the legal requirements melalonko banko wala landi, but other for now we went into the registration and people were registered and there was a room for everybody to object to any person melalonko ya insert in the voter registration wala ya mare register and itefe ko luala karola mare manya naka voters card so whether mare ma 18 years or he is not a citizen or she is not a citizen of the Gambia. You have all rights purka scrutinized, and I think all parties were represented during the registration process. The requirement by IEC can make sure that they paste all the registered people who may register at every polling station to put in a wall so that it will be visible. You can still go because in the mall within our community and people didn't know me to go. But who is Kemen? Then they will start to question who is Kexx, and they can go they seek address from the revising court. Well, I know for now, the revising court for now they were open because in other National Assembly I was there, and they seek the IEC seek for what we call supplementary appropriation bill, Ministry of Justice, supplementary appropriation bill, so that this judges Sol Melanco they will be appointed, put to sit over the the revising court to scrutinize if there's any complaint from any political party or individual, even civil societies in regards to. But so far there was only one complaint that was the attestation given by Rohim Malik Law, and it was addressed by Gambia participator and these people they challenged at the court, and the court has said that Rohim Malik Law doesn't have any power to attest to anybody, and according to IEC they have removed all those that were attested by Rohim Malik Law. Apart from that, nobody questioned whether somebody was inserted in the list among 18 years or she is not the Gambian. So for me, since that process has gone and it was unchallenged, I'm feel that registration too was intact. And going to the election, we know that since we adopt this counting in sport counting, I don't think our election is so far the most transparent election so far that has ever happened. Until for now, we have what we call a polling agent. So we assign them primarily to go and safeguard our box, but not only our box, but other political parties hold the box. And from the information we gather from them, among complaint there was any fraud process during the election registration. And Molmem Fanal Besiring IEC Bunda where was the coalition center alon ko kate kesol beka begolto to do the final accounting kurambi jela and anti jabu, but nobody question anything. So until by the level do ko nyina, we believe in their judgment for until fendo be fintan, but as for now we believe that the election was fair and transparent.
All right, at all fair. So UDP ngajele tatale Supreme Court ka file, but akamtele ko fang kitio fang amala mai at all fair file ya mere kitio nyi nyantala moyela le nung puru ile evidence all nati.
Yeah, from my individual, maybe I can't speak for the party because already they didn't talk about it, or there was a meeting Purka examine. But from my own view as a citizen who was very concerned for the first time in my history in Teba witnessed what we call an election petition, I was very interested for case to go forward. Purka la details will be what were the evidence gathered by the UDP. Maybe in Telman Bulolano Melka UDP could have laid their hand on. So I will be very interested in court proceed. But the balona court it go with processes, and if that process are not followed, the court has the power to stroke out the case from the court, because you must fulfill all the requirements prior to it. An election petition is something a special tale. It's not just a normal case. It's a special case. It is only heard by the Supreme Court. A special case court and it has time frames and the legal requirements that has to be followed. So according to what we have gathered from the Supreme Court, the legal process were not followed by the UDP, and based on that they have give reference to Malawi, they have give reference to Sierra Leone. Election petitions were thrown out of the court because of the process were not followed, and they have even given reference to Gambia young Sirif Mustafa Deba's case based on this thing. So already precedent has been set that elections have been our petition has been thrown out because they didn't follow this process. So then that means that they are still under the guideline of the law or the requirements that should be forwarded before, or that should be fulfilled before you will hear the petition itself. And they have relied on Rule 11 of the election petition rule. UDP didn't follow the due process in terms of security of notice. Mealonko should have been given within 5 days after the petition by the petitioner, and UDP didn't give it by the petitioner themselves. They didn't give that one. They rely on the letter that they received from the court. That is sufficient. A notice has been sent. But according to the judgment of the Supreme Court, that is not what the law says. The law says that it should be given by the petitioner. So based on that, they have struck out the case, which would have given the government the opportunity to at least learn, and I thought that it could have even come with amendments in terms of our election, how our process of election has been going, in terms of inducement, in terms of even our politics of patronage and other things. Well, because at the end of the day, court will come with a recommendation, and that would have helped us since we failed in terms of bringing what we call a new electoral act since the 1996 Election Act Lebijang. And we all accuse that that was not a best law, and the oppositions, all the parties that were now even in power, have gone against that election act. It needs to be a review, or to even come with a new election act. And we have seen the Solo Sandins and the other people went out for that electoral reforms and other things, and the UDP, Doi, all of them, over Sanjo came here and meet with Yajame. What we call the GOVA was created so that we look at our electoral structures, but these things has failed. So I think that this court would have been using the opportunity so that we will come with recommendation in terms of how our election will be governed. But we lose the opportunity not based on that they just throw out the case, but they rely on a law. And I think every Gambian should make sure that we respect the rule of law, because if we want democracy, we must respect the procedures and the rule of law of this country, so that we'll have a Gambia that will be governed based on laws, not emotion or sentiments. So that is it. For me, I would like the court to go, but they have relied on the law.
So saying Kexx ngata doi found, because Halifa Satale already. Jamalu mimfaka wale mjindiko power struggle betara doile within the party militants. Chumale be nyatonka ya tala in doi. Nyumu fenneti miyalon ko Jamal ba fakane. Right? Optional bijele of course. Nga fenke jele Quran bijele. Of course nga sister nyum fananjele. What is the name again? Yeah, Jaha Dukre. So nga fananjele. What is next for Doi that Halifa is not there?
Yeah, Yalan people fail to understand that Doi is not just a political party, but Doi is an institution. But people, because of they always see Halifa and Sidia all the time in the Fonkoto limelight, So a camera ko doy is just a 2-man or 3-man party samsar ni ala faje camera ko doy. But they fail to understand that for the past 22 years nobody was ready to sacrifice, because we know the political atmosphere in this country. Nobody was ready pour ñu leaders whether Ousainou Darboe wala OJ Jallow wala Ahmad Ba wala Halifa Wasidia, the sacrifice they wanted to take, nobody was ready to put yourself into that sacrifice, because is either you survive or you die. So that fear nobody was coming up, and these people will not surrender because of somebody Jamelebe in power and they have to surrender. So they keep on struggling to make sure that democracy is back to the country, whereby the power belongs to the people. So that's why you see them so long in the political landscape. They must effect to educate the Gambian people so that they will reform the regime. We all fear that one political party could not have removed him there, because we have seen Jammeh was going, every year the percentage was increasing. So Kamala, they came and they formed this coalition in 2016. And that was the target. Pur Halifa Purga Kant and the Gambian Lako. Power belongs to them. And because Multa Feko Kateke Sobuka Mansa Bondinunja. And that was the mindset. Even people who we claim they were educated have this mindset that Kateke Sobuka Mansa wouldn't know. And people start to just give the vote Tadi. And we could see, we go to the history from Jawara to Jammeh, Kateke so me wulin di jam for kabin kafuta nyoma. So this has been the trend me along kabitaka. So they try to educate the people, ananga kafu nyoma, na Jammeh bondi jam, and we give power back to the people, and they lay a very solid foundation. Me along would have given the Gambia a new start. But power struggle and so many things. We coalition cool be tinyata, be this funkeda because of everybody wanted to party safeguard when people were trying to unify to give a Gambia a new start. So Kabu Oketa and Halifa Antandiko Hanatra Teladu Dantajang, he have achieved what he wanted. Wala nyiteko puruka power murundi back to the people. Kantandila ko banko mo letade. But that very day, Kababidaka National Assembly, if people recall back, he's going to the National Assembly to build that institution, because that institution has been abused for the previous years. The institution has just been there to empower the executive, but he will make sure that they make laws so Melanco will govern the National Assembly and show them how to scrutinize government, how to scrutinize all these things Melanco can have before them. And I think they have succeeded, because for the first time, the National Assembly have what we call a new standing order that speak the language of the people. Melanco has come through their tenure of office, and they have so far, because Wadomena Jamela National Assembly was dominated, and public enterprise we are not been audited to tell the Gambian people how the institution was running. But they came back and look at the bad luck since 2016. Carlon, what was the history? More like a commission to show that will be and back to catch up all those things. So you will be issues sign they build an institution you will audit the public enterprises public finance committee for health committee all these committees will yellow roles what are their oversized function. So he have built that institution, and he made it in the National Assembly because this is my last time, because he thinks that I londo di they can take over from there, because leadership is OLMG. So from this one this is my last attempt purka president ya nyini banko purka antani Gambian lako mansa for 5 years akabe tam kiline kelaje putole kabata raman succeed wala he give his final bye to the Gambian people that he will never participate in what we call electoral representation at a form of a kind, and they cut off either any position for president, for National Assembly, for deputy, and for anything. He thinks that Kwatanyanta Kamenke Gambia, and there are people Melanko Karandil. But people fail to understand that though is the only political party that has built an institution called People Centered. Purka funding Karandi in terms of leadership. Nitara for a newspaper, people that has passed, even it's a branch of a PDYs, funding Kulmen Tambita Jela. They are in abundance. And Niboda of an Etara Nyako school or a nursing school, people will they are in various sectors. They are master's degree, PhD holders. So actually, there will not be a power struggle in Doi Ning Halifa Bodaje, because what Doi is a democratic party that goes through the process. And Kameyan Tandi Congress is the highest authority takes over any position Molafaka offer in, and everybody is open to that. Even me, I can contest. You can be surprised. I'm going into the flag bearer. Not now, right now. My target is to go to the National Assembly and so that go on the Doi ticket. That's so far my target now. But
Love to go for all because all room for National Assembly.
But how do you find?
So, but let's talk about this leadership force. Ni Jahan Dukre. Mojal ba fakane sign Jahanat and Dindingolem. Muna nanga nyung Kexx Sanneh nyininka whether for power struggle taraje wala nyindiko Jaha is coming. I more taraje, and then the ni Jahanata, akera leader ti yamera dolte even hanatara Congress le ake yamera at a dol kamfala mi alonko kebal lem party ot.
No, because constitutional bedoy, and which is very clear, no ngalo na momo bejo na party yodo, you go through the code of conduct of the party and you go through the constitution.
Yeah, it happens in other political parties.
Yeah. So, and I think that you must be convinced about the code of conduct and then the constitution of the party. That's why you subscribe to association, because you must be convinced on the rules that govern it. And the moment it ada so anything me alonko is in confinement with that rule, so and it's a democratic process. Me alonko, you go there, delegates all the Canada from all the regions, so to Melanco, they go to the Congress, and anybody who is interested, the position vacant, all positions will become vacant after the 5 years term or banter. Now banter, then there is nobody who is holding a position, and they will announce the Secretary General of the party and the flag bearer. So mokile wuli I nominate Jaka Ture obata Jaka fana yala cool ke Jaka Dukure ala cool ke who will nominate her. Maybe Suleiman Boakarba, maybe Kexx Sanneh, maybe Musa Jaju, and it can have up to 10, 20, 30, 40. Anybody me alongo you feel like you want to hold that position. It's in annual and people know. Then somebody will second in. Yeah, second. Then we go in for voting. Not all 10 all belebi. We go in for voting. The majority come make correct, and we will all accept it, because you all for anybody who is selected, this person must support that person. That's what the Constitution said. And I know that if you subscribe to DOI, you must adhere to the Constitution and the code of conduct of the party. So there will be no power struggle. I am not expecting that, unless if the person is not a true DOI member. Then I'm
so muna this National Assembly ali dulal select me along kwal nyantalola world.
Yeah, yalong DOI mu party until we don't impose a leadership, because we believe that leadership is something melango is assume. Nobody impose leadership to somebody.
But do you feel like duladol bije wal mal la fa la walte ganyala ji?
No, it's not about us, because kamem from we open all the 53 seats sul me anko bija. And we make a press kaito memful of that sent to all our regional coordinators all across the world. Kantandila ko DOI is going to vie in for all the 53 seats sul membija. Anybody who is interested can so far send to the Fonkonyin Kandanako. You have identified a person law in this constituency. And after 2 weeks or 1 month plus, we receive all the areas Melanco people were interested, and we were able to have 42 Melanco and people were ready to interest Purkalo Dulato. So Mane Dolma Dulato feel maybe they have studied the ground, even Lota, they will not win, so there was no need to put on their name. So 42 men and we are ready to sponsor them on the party ticket. But Melanco Dulato fan be more Sabamon and if are interested in that area. So those people we allow them to sit and discuss it. The Molia Kaacha, ni Nimba Bulala, okay, Nima Imonyo. Then party where we come through our democratic process, me along be primary organize the tema. Then whoever is selected, you more sabo wala mon full beba support la, and he passes and becomes our National Assembly member candidate for the forthcoming National Assembly election. And so far, all the people Moliela application will send there, because you apply that I want to run for a DOI ticket under this constituency, and you give your background and your place of birth, and so far the regional coordinators they have been received of all those letters. And people will go in for the National Assembly election.
So, Rumol Jamal ba fakande right now ko Kexx lafta lola le pour que National Assembly member te. Fatou nyalem nyente.
Yeah, I'm not interested even not this time around, but covering by election okay, because Demba so member no GDC la candidate was from my constituency Nyamina West Boda Damento. Lafta kanu lo le nun tara fonga interested pour kata ka lo, but kabin tara for up to the middle because I have a very good influence in Nyamina West because the funding ki wala mo din funding ki wala do ku jamalek nada jibe ko bita ka Nyamento. It was not feasible at that time because at other for level to la fakeke bading or la fam bading or londi la no and we were so close to each other. Ngajibe ko nying is just a 2-term length because term full of them 2 months 2 years damal to the marriage or 1 year some months. So Amanjare, let me go and prepare myself and wait for the 2022 National Assembly election. So kabintaranga call study ngaje ko it is time to offer myself to my people kaandandila ko ntepareta ndonga nga londo sotole nga fiero fana soto ndonga député nyantaka do ko menke nga anole ndu lata ko mbekela le very good representative kada kam fandila kaandandila ko pareta kakala representative atutete level fo bentala fo tentala bante pareta pour ka ke la representative
muna na yenya me na choose nga understand ne but a world but ni Gambia history jibe about National Assembly or electional Gambia banko kanja ikamin jibe kari nyine ke moleja for yamera I feel like you've done something in Nyamena misati na carte of fire.
No, actually, ante miracle people should vote somebody because of Yemen Kela Sato.
But people do.
You understand? Even the National Assembly members, so people didn't even understand the role of a National Assembly members. A camera ko National Assembly member nyantaka track it or say that's not the law. The woman can National Assembly la do code. But because of the mindset, political awareness lacked at one. But they amira ko nga fen ken na banko so kontuman mboda banko me na Sato mendo. O muna responsibility as a citizen of this country. Ngamira ko I have collaborate with the young people because they are the young future leaders of Nyamina. Dunda kuja mal ko nga do kuja mal kes me alon ko Sato la nyato tala woti ela funding ke wala balabo nyoto fi alon ka dunje nka kuja man kan weta no organize nka kuja mal kije na musul fana la garden cool nim fon kol ni mol si sinka kachala nga ferol so rojensi ferol fenke nga fayem fay nyuka nga jibe men kala nyame so but mota has an advantage ko nyame na nyanta del latal ko nga londo so don nga ferol so pour ko be a better representative for Nyamina West because ndata nga jibe ko Nyamina West len only constituency among the 53 constituency me alon ko na ma fansun high school so since independent atala fana mo constituency de me alon ko na ma fansun leptano so kabri independent you have to go to other constituencies pour na funding ko ka fintile de either go to Amitage or later Bansang High School.
I think Jara is in Nyamina
East. So until man fansun dulal so no so and it's fenne me alon konsaso because it is our right pour nga so sila kendo ka bonan choya ni jitantel la Johnson or kada fo baba bala you know better wala for since Jawaral time and before boso ka dun no njele because ni jita wore 10 kilometers per ka dun so ni jita je suto ni 5 o'clock boso me alon ko ka fo around 10 o'clock suto you know fo si la choya ni mandula la so you must sleep outside in the street you know pour ka dunna ndung na right la wodi pour famol me alon ko mol si dunno konotola but mona in Jawaral time wala wado men man be kirim boso ka dunno tay mol jinde fokule nye findina ko ka dum makati nyam but sa will be stopped na and those are rights me alon ko banko dum ni na electricity la karola is lacking in Nyamina banko dol bas and we are all taxpayers money we are all contribute so ngaje ko I can be a very good advocate me alon ko say advocate no for the people of Nyamina to make sure that ko la need sol me alon ko their citizens requirement pour ya so and I think that ko I know where I will tap in ngalom fana ko I can rely on the
and you think Birom is not the right person for that?
No, actually, Birom, we will all examine him based on the 2 years me alonko ayake in Nyamina West as a National Assembly member for Nyamina West. He's a very good brother me alonko because nte Nyamina momo Nyamina dibiro not somebody majority leader, not member jang. We collaborate and kafwe I tap in kaya ndandila ko nyimbijane go and tap it and see because I feel like you not that ntamantra jasuno because any development na Nyamina and Birom ni yanyi ngaba.
They coming for nungolem pur Kexx Sanneh Serekunda Halifa ya back, you know. Maybe it's a win no.
Yeah, but I'm not even a resident of Serekunda, and the constitution said that you must a resident of your constituency.
All right.
So I will not. But that this time around I'm ready.
All right. So we open the line straight on 2035-488, 2035-488. I'm a technician or number screen or balale. So we are discussing based on discourse jam politics. Anything me alonko is personal, mol manta tala any Kexx me alonko is personal. Kuntulale. So as I said, more we discuss about the politics. Kexx is interested in being parliamentarian, so I think people got more Kexx also. So that is the number 2035-488, 2035-488. 2035-488 2035-488 nga molbe hakidani wala donc mo kumandiro ke nga stick to nga call mi alon ko nga walle discourse jang mo ya personal call soto le mi alon ko ite la flale bi mo ya long so mo be olon so let's all being just professional so I love that so malafika mo kuntu programme on mo moy commandiro ke rek let's stick to that so ngana first caller soto line on le hello assalamu alaikum salam be live la on Kerr Fatou
kondon abe kondon je
okay be moy kan
na Sanneh Allah program of better back.
Thank you very much.
Asato okadia ye ala kuma kan all don't te be pilot. Bale akuma fojang ana kumul jam yamin akore bakele mbate lamba jeila.
Okay.
Ani de bu game tulamba ila ala program of daring.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
After Kelvin Fanangania, I mean Fanangania can be the Alma Allen Yaminas.
Amen.
I find you deep in the Monte. I cannot send you there. I cannot see you. I don't market it. Out of back.
No, you didn't find support Lala from Yamina West.
All right, thank you very much. Abarka Bake. Thank you very much. Abarka Bake. You living call level de bari ngamra is a irafanola. So with Jibela nga Mandela daughter line auto on 2035 hello, we live on Kerr Fatou.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Deka mem o Gambia no le ndenga politiko ganno male bari buka jama ko bari nyin Kexx Sanneh malum bi malon sama bari ala ko ala ya long adiata nyele ala politiki nya fana adiata nyele.
Okay.
Ba dani ala kan na ya no ya PDOS la leadership aya nyini inshallah molbe a fele mo jamale la tala kama nyame mo la tala le. Ha lapta ko na male fa aya baraka nderu yakal ni ala ni kilay.
Thank you very much.
Inshallah.
Abarka wake. Thank you very much. Nga some calls yes. Hello.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Mr. Gajigo.
Yes, Inimbara.
Inimbara benyadi.
Mbekule we live on Kerr Fatou.
Thank you. I just want to quickly contribute to your program.
Okay, you're welcome.
Mbe control kela mbe la audience will control na ning Kexx Sanneh fango. I just simply want to put in different opinion regarding our National Assembly members. Mulialongo, they want to contest for next parliamentary elections. Actually, Intela concern Mumunti, I think certain of our people should be screened very well before we go to the polls.
Okay.
And I just want to put that to Kexx and anybody who is about to contest for the parliamentary elections, inshallah.
Okay.
Anyways, it's permanent, so I just want to go. Don't want to go into certain details.
Okay.
But I just want to put this in, inshallah. Barakabak.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. I think that is very important. Case screen nga jibe mojmalem. All right. Yeah. So yes. Hello. Hello. You be live on Kerr Fatou.
Nge kontom bagi.
Nge jo bagi.
Na Kexx falam kontom.
Abe maika.
Alla program wo diara baki mba konto na baki. Mba fala ay good intention also the prokalo deputy yala. No muku kendolti ngamera right le ngodi. But comment lafta kam nyinin ka mbalong kom ni dunta num problem mo kono before lafta ka dum force privé no la baate dun no ate lo no la deputy yala ba lafta pour ko to clarify ni ko mala restrain mentata num court malong constitution.
No, it's good. It's good.
I think it's okay. That
no,
is,
it's good.
If you want, it's fine.
Yeah.
But anything along
no, it's good. It's good.
So maybe then you can reserve the Kexx after we take. Base commander la maybe killing drone tala because water for ekonye ko water bantele fereng lion. I'm sitting there nyatil na right. I think you can just go ahead with the Kexx and then you know.
Yeah, kuma bada and it's important pro moli along because lua lebeje me along ko what's qualified somebody to be a National Assembly member and we be clear in back and need a constitution or and the requirements are the same like what is required for somebody who will suit in a presidential candidate. I lua mem for wala nyende ko mari nyanda kata sanji mo ani we santola nyande ka sotole me yanda ndefana ko nyanda ka Gambia dingol di manyana ka dual citizen soto aya ndande fana ko mari nyanda kata o constituency nyin kono le nyanda ka resident of the constituency lati mari fana ya yantandi la ko nyanda ka fonko soto a grade 12 certificate or soto me alon ko they are requirement for somebody to be a National Assembly member. So there is nothing like such things me alon ko is a requirement in terms of promo me alon ko abelola deputy yala and if angalo is open for public scrutiny fana ne momo application of form ya feel ko he should not, you can challenge the matter to court and see whether you will be.
That is very clear. Thank you very much. Molbe kwandiro la kola sol siara barinte kwandiro la dotano la koreke because watu bantale ferem Kexx tentu ka je baki ka frenang of course Kerr Fatou mba fly ko good luck of course parliamentary election o mi alon ko lekara Africell tentu ke je baki ka nyim programme o fasa ka sementuandi alsi tenten ka Kerr Fatou jibe of course Africell be la drôle kala jere alsi tenten ka 1010 commande 1010 nale commande donc alsi fen jama gagné no Africell of course maybe fen jama le de kan na Scorpionolu na bundalol mi alon ko le nyanda ka rappeler Cameroon ate mele fang African Cup of Nations be dema kan pour kodo si sotono nyame bari nite 1010 commande donc isi commande no le ya foye ko ye wuli lulu gagnele wala ye wuli tan gagnele wala ye wuli keme gagnele wala ye million killing gagnele wala ye wuli tan lulu gagnele Africell damale ba kan Gambia banko kan jangoto mobe ta Africell line nyini ni man ka fa Africell ite o sotono la ngal tendu kalje ba ke ngana technician ol tendu Charles Elvis Ngom nala crew molu aning Omar Ndaw denani kuto nako denani kuto fama Omar Ndaw are fanam be technician ol kono le aning Lamin Fati le programme coordinator kan nga tentu ka jay baake ani mobe mi alon ko wolle mo Kerr Fatou of course cruelty happy birthday na happy belated birthday to Mustafa Kente ala barka baake be burana le talata dala bye bye
Benda nyinale ko sanyi saboko nyanta constitutional review nyanta kilan nyanta constitution change sanyi saboko what mo ngana ta no election.
Let us not be labor too much time on those letters because I know they have relevance.
UDP is just calling on President Adama to respect the agreement that saw him to power and also to fulfill the promise that he had made to the Gambian people.
If you want to meet the target, we lost 22 years. We have to work 22 times more than when we are working to get to where.
It is false to say that this country cannot develop a budget that will sufficiently cater for the health needs of our people.
Me and you know that Barrow cannot move this country forward.
Your days of you have insufficient funds in your account are finally over.
The Colorado credit just reached an unbeatable level, raising the bar way beyond reach. With your new Colorado credit, you can continue your conversations with your loved ones with zero credit.
With your new Colorado credit, you can borrow credit to activate or purchase data, make calls, SMS Express, and the phone ring service.
Call or SMS 152 to get your Colorado credit and activate the service of your choice.
Where Africell goes, nobody dares to follow.
Are you thinking of owning your dream homes? EJ Investment is here for you. Secure our quality bungalows with 2, 3 or 4 bedrooms, or our story buildings 3 or 4 to 5 bedrooms at very affordable prices with flexible payment plans at our Sanyang Seaview Estate, where you can enjoy the cool breeze with modern infrastructure such as tar roads, covered drainage system, modern electrification with street lights, gated entrance with security posts, and social amenities such as gas station, shopping mall, medical clinic, park, schools, children daycare, and a lot more. Our dedicated team of professionals will keep the estate clean at all times, provide security and patrol team within the estate premises, install latest technologies such as CCTV, Wi-Fi, home network installation, solar panel, and power backup system. Also, check out for our additional home facilities and interior design service such as premium tiling, wall plaster, home landscape, fingerprint home lock, and a lot more. Visit our office at Senegambia Kololi Highway and get a free site visit tour, or contact us on 4464-838. WhatsApp us on 3259220. Or you can visit our Facebook page or Instagram on EJ Investments. EJ Investments, we are first in properties.
Solar lampol make this look. I can't manila for a solar enterprise.
Follow the Mungol and Yambanko can get them to it. Sumanu Baro, Unjurunko, Ikonga Faleko, Namu Badabanta, Ila Blazola, and Yagambia Vino, and Mira Solar Enter, Nasola Enterprise. Solar Nimbati can do, Kurao, Deda Sala, Aboros in Namu, Kagis and Odila, and Mira Solar Enter. Nasola Enterprise. Jaliwo, Sola Kende Soto, yeah. jale man fofena Osola kende soto na enterprise sumanu baro unjurunko
Islamic microfinance is becoming an increasingly popular mechanism for poverty alleviation, especially for developing countries around the world. This microfinance service adheres to the principles of Islam as a form of social responsibility. Yona Islamic Microfinance is the Islamic microfinance of choice in the Gambia, trustworthy and reliable. At Yona Islamic Microfinance, we provide savings products, current accounts, financing products in conformity with Islam. In addition, Yona Islamic Microfinance also offers local and international remittances, takaful fund, management of zakat, management of awqaf, trading and investment, and building of strategic partnerships to bring financial services to the doorstep of the poor with donor projects, madrasas, youth organizations, women groups, and farmer organizations. Make a choice with Yona Islamic Microfinance today. For more information on Yona Islamic Microfinance, call 377-2151 or 9832-151 or visit Yona head office at Tipa Garage, Bakote, or visit any Yona branch located countrywide near you.
Agada.
Mbijan aganyadi.
Albaka.
Mbaka important.
Yo, nga transfer la sto.
Ya transfer la sto.
Ha, code nyenji.
Okay. Korsa. Nsila ID soto.
Ah, sa soto. Sorry. Agada.
Mbijan bro.
Albaka.
Mbaka.
Bara alla service o tariya.
Ah,
mbare mo ki janna nun kunu bara tariya.
Ah, janno mi yona forest de bureau. Gambia tonkon na no mbari ya bere. Ha. Birim koyna fo kato.
Bari si kodo kino kato nim fo bolong blabe to.
56 branches mola sota Gambia jam.
Ha?
Ha. Gambia kono anin Gambia bantala bankol. Nka kodo kiya bere to. Kodo sifa fo falindiro fo nyaadi lafta memmen na kodi to poto nin kodi maraw. Jannam number 1 di nyonta. Andum fana nata anoda enterprise sotale. Wala nyindi ko domorol fana kol fana be firale de dadi ma nin domorol din fana be teat. Gambia dawda yalo ma kum fa kendol sotale je.
Ha e wo moyo diat ha.
Apelenta
ni wo ka ni lafta nyelen kendol e binaji.
Yalo bukani la ko la baraka ba.
Yalo ndel chosano lo.
Abaraka.